Hi everyone, welcome back to day 9 of our Java series. Today we are looking at the looping statements, how to repeat action in Java. Before moving into the looping statement, a quick recap on the yesterday's session. Yesterday's session we have discussed on conditional statements like if statement, if else and switch statement, if else, if ladder statements. We have shown some examples also. Okay, today's session is on loops. These are the contents which we are going to explain today. What are loops and different types of loops and summary table and hands-on exercises. Let's move into the session. First, what is the loop? Loop means it allows us to repeat a block of code multiple times based on the condition. For example, we are having a block of code based on our condition, whatever we have given, it will start repeating until the block of code is passed or satisfied the condition. Okay. Now, types of loops in Java. These are few types in Java: for loop, while loop, do while loop, for each loop. For each loop is mainly used in arrays or collections. Now, what is for loop? For loop, like you might have a doubt when we can use the for loop. For loop can be used when the number of iterations is known. Like for example, we are having one condition like it should iterate five five iterations it should complete, like that. When you know the condition, when you know how many iterations should that condition should work, at that time you will use for loop. This is the basic syntax for the for loop. For first we need to initialization and we need to write the condition and we need to update here. Now let's see the example here. For int I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus. I equals to 1 is the initialization, I less than or equals to 5 is the condition, I plus plus is the update, that is increment operator. System.out.println I, okay, I need to be printed here. See, step by step explanation here we can see. First, I equals to 1, it is starting here. If I less than or equals to 5 means it will yes and it will print. Next, we are adding the increment operator, increase, and it will repeat. Stop when I greater than or equals to 5. When the I value is greater than 5, then the iteration will be stopped. In this way, we can use the for loop. Next, moving on to the while loop. While loop means, when we can use the while loop means, when the number of iterations is not known beforehand, the condition is checked before each iteration. Like in for loop, you know how many iterations should it complete. But whereas in the while loop, you don't know how many iterations it should complete, how many iterations it should take. So when it is performing a condition, it should check each and every time. Before moving into the next iteration, it should check either it is possible or not, like that. Let's see the condition here. While condition, in this only we are writing condition, whereas in the for loop we are writing condition, initialization and update. See the example. Int I equals to 1 while I less than or equals to 5, system.out.println I equals to plus I plus plus. We can see the explanation here. First we are checking the condition, that is I less than or equals to 5. If true, run that block. Then increment, perform the increment. Repeat until the condition is false. For example, what this is saying is, if this particular condition is, okay, I less than or equals to 5. First we are checking that condition. If it is true means, then it should print and it should give the increment also. It should do the increment also. If it is until when this condition should be run or iterate means until the condition should be false. It should repeat until the condition should be false. Until that time, this iteration will be going on. This is about the while loop. Next, moving on to the do while. Do while loop means it is similar to while loop, but condition is checked after executing the block at least once. This is also same as while loop only, but in this one simple condition is here it will be checking the condition after executing the block of code at least once. After executing any one block, it will check the condition. Okay. Same. This is the syntax. Do curly brace open. Here we need to write the code. In while condition, we will be writing the conditions. See here. Int I equals to 1. In the do statement, system.out.println I value, and again it need to perform the increment operator until when I less than or equals to 5. Okay. See here we can see the explanation. First we need to run the block of code once, entire block once. Then we need to check the condition, this condition. Okay. If it is true means then we need to repeat again. Okay. Hope you are clear with this do while loop. Next, moving on to for each loop. For each loop means it is used to iterate through elements of arrays or collections. So for example, here you can see this is a syntax type element colon array. Here we are writing the use elements. See here int numbers. In this numbers we are taking 3 numbers. In for loop we are writing int num. Here what is the syntax type? Type is int. Element is num is to array. What is the array we are taking here? Numbers. So system.out.println num. Num means here we will getting 10, 20 as the output. Now we can see the explanation and real-time examples. Yeah. See here, this is the for loop. Now I'm running this code. See here, what is the output I'm getting? 3, 4, 5 as the output. Okay. Here same example what I have explained previously. This is the example I have taken. Hope you are clear with this example. Here same. In for loop we are adding, this is the initialization, condition and increment we are adding. Okay, increment I++. In the system.out.println we need to get the output. In the for loop, if you see means see here, this is the same. First I equals to 1, I less than 5. It should, if it is yes, it should print. Okay, then it should increase, like we are adding the increment operator. When I greater than 5, it should stop. Same we can see in the debugger also. See here 5. If we have increased one more, then it is false. So that's why it stopped until 5. Next, moving on to the while loop. See here, same way. Public class void main string adds int I equals to 1 we are taking. Here we are writing the condition that I less than or equals to 5. Okay. We can see here. See here, while loop, same example. Here, the number of iterations is known, not known, before the hand. So, the condition is checked before each iteration. Okay. If it is true, run the block, then increment. Okay. Same way we can see here also in the GBD compiler. Hope you are clear with this example. Next, moving on to the do while loop. Do while loop also is similar to while loop, but it will check at least once. After each iteration, it will check at least once. If you see the example here, int I equals to 1 we are taking. In the do I am taking the print statement. After in while I am adding the condition like I less than or equals to 5. Let's see the output. See 3, 4, 5. We'll get the same output. Next, as you know all, this is a for each loop. It can be mainly used in arrays in the situations. See here, the output will be, as I told previously, 10, 20, 30 will be the output, because see here in numbers, in this array we are taking 10, 20, 30. In for loop we are adding int. Syntax is type element is to number. Okay, syntax will be, this is the format. Right, let me show you the syntax. See, this is the syntax, type element array. Okay, in that syntax format only we have taken the example here, if you see clearly means. So here we are adding the print statement. So after adding the print statement, whatever the elements we have given in the numbers, we will be getting that numbers value. Hope you are clear with these examples. If you have any doubts, please ping in the comment section below. Now let's move on to the next slide, that is summary table, a quick recap. The reason why we are giving the summary table in our channel is, if you are preparing for any interviews or any examinations, you can see only the summary table, because if you are having time, you can review all these slides. Some people will don't have time. So in that situations, we can have this summary table. Okay, for loop type is for loop, condition before loop we will check. When we will use fixed number of repetitions. Okay, next is while. Next condition check is before loop, use when, unknown repetitions check first. Same do while and for loop. For loop is automatic, iterating over arrays or collections. Hope you are clear with this summary table also. Now a quick recap on hands-on exercise. Print numbers from 1 to 10 using a for loop. Print even, second question is print even numbers from 2 to 10 using while loop. Third question is print the multiplication table for 3 using a do while loop. Hope you are clear with this explanation on loops concepts. If you have any doubts or anything you want to discuss again, please ping us in the comment sections, and please do hands-on exercises and send the solutions in the comment sections below. Loops help you to avoid repeating code manually. They make your programs efficient and clean. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want real world loop examples. See you in the next one. Thank you all. Bye.